Must accept that as Speaker. That brings to a close questions for oral answer today. Would some honourable member care to move that the House take note of miscellaneous business? The Honourable Billinge.
So, Mr. Speaker, wasn't it interesting this week to see the Greens measuring up the desks in the beehive? In fact, I think some of them were seen there. There's no doubt at all who is the energetic, organised, cohesive front end of the Greens-Labor government. It's not the Labor Party, who of course are disorganised, lack cohesion, have no energy and have left a vacuum in opposition that's handed the leadership of the opposition, not, as the media think, to Ian Shearer, the leader. Not David, sorry. David Shearer, the leader of the Labor Party, but has handed the leadership of the opposition to the Green Party, and in particular, Russell Norman. No, not Harvey Norman from Australia. Russell. No, he sells furniture. Well, Russell Norman is very keen on office furniture.
Harvey Norman.
No, but the most important asset in a Greens office is the photocopier where you print the money. That's the most important part of the office furniture. And the Greens have been measuring the doors on the beehive to see if they can get the photocopier, the money printing photocopier, through the doorway so that when they have the Ministry of Finance, then they can solve all the problems. And some of those solutions have become a bit clearer from Mr Norman's contributions at Select Committee recently. And I won't go through the rather confused transcript, other than to say, I could sum it up this way. If you printed the money, it doesn't matter if you lose some. If you printed the money, it doesn't matter if you lose some. And this is the new thinking in the Greens-Labor opposition. Because they've been on through the year about old-fashioned thinking, like only spending what you've got, not borrowing too much. That's very old-fashioned, neoliberal, conservative extremism. But new, fresh thinking is an upgraded brand of photocopier. That's the new stuff. And probably security features on the money, no doubt. But the great news is it doesn't matter if you lose it, because it was only printed money to start with. Well, Mr Speaker, while the Greens have been taking over the Greens-Labor opposition and now find themselves being described by the media as easily the most articulate opposition spokespeople, the government has been getting on with its plan, which does show some of the differences. I mean, the Greens have got a spokesperson on transport who's against transport, a spokesperson on energy who's against energy, a spokesperson on finance who's actually against finance after printing money, and actually an opposition that's against jobs. Our spokesperson on employment, of course, who has to go out there and say, what we're trying to do in opposition is destroy employment. Anywhere it might pop up, we want to jump on it. So who was selling? We want to jump on it. So, Mr Speaker, the government's been getting on with helping people create the jobs in difficult circumstances. And through this year, we have acknowledged the new reality, which is that growth is hard to come by. Many developed countries don't have any growth or much or any employment growth. And we are backing New Zealand's households and businesses. Because that is who is making the decisions that are making this economy work. The business growth agenda sets out not one thing, but about 200 things, actually, policy initiatives that we need to undertake to support our businesses to make the decision that matters, which is not turning on the photocopier. It is the decision to invest real savings made by households who are giving up something to save that money, invest that job in their business and that money in their business and employ another person. That's the government's plan. That's what we've executed.
The Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr Speaker, that was the Minister who the Prime Minister had